Resident Evil Resistance can be a fun time with friends and others, but it still feels a bit broken. Today I'd like to talk about some of the issues I've experienced playing as the masterminds and survivors. There are many bugs and glitches that occur throughout matches, so clearly that's one of the first issues that needs to be fixed.
Lesser creatures can benefit from thy control.
I'm guessing the developers have tried to fix them all, but haven't succeeded, seeing as the beta version of Resistance came out far too late. I think it was about 2 days away from the official game's release. So chances are that happened because they tried to fix most bugs, but so far, they're still there. Playing as a survivor with a team has been a better experience for me. However, as I mentioned in the previous video about this game, sometimes a mastermind can provide a good challenge spawning enemies at a good pace, as well as traps and using the boss card. But then sometimes you'll have the mastermind throw just about every high tier card all at once in the very beginning of the first area. It's extremely unbalanced when that's the case, because by that moment it's no longer about trying to escape, it's instead all about seeing how fast they'll inevitably take you and your team down, and that can kill the fun side of the game. When it comes to playing as a survivor, it can take up to a few minutes to get a match started, but not with a mastermind, as I mentioned in that previous video. It's actually gotten a lot worse, and it can actually take over an hour to begin. At one point, I was wondering if there was a higher number than 99 minutes and 99 seconds. I wanted to see just how far it would reach it. It reached over 96 minutes, but just as I was about to hit that record and find out what happens, a match got started. And then it reset since one person walked out, making the clock go back to the very beginning. It's understandable that it would take some time to get a match going when there are more players choosing to be the mastermind, since that is the popular choice, so there's going to be a virtual line that you'd have to wait at in order to begin playing. But this problem just needs to be solved as soon as possible. There's got to be a better way to solve this issue. My internet speed has never been a problem for online multiplayer games, so I don't think that could be the main issue. Plus, others have reported the same complaint. So if just about every player is having this problem, then maybe the developers can include separate rooms where the survivors choose who they want to go up against. You might say that it could defeat the purpose of not knowing who the mastermind will be, but at this moment, that seems to be the least concern when all we want to do is get a match going as fast as it does when you play as the survivors. Plus, seeing as the game isn't 100% balanced, then it doesn't really matter who the player chooses as the mastermind, as well as the location. Not that you actually even get that option if you want to go at a random match, a random quick match. I don't choose a specific survivor thinking that's the best character that will easily counter every trap and obstacle. I don't assume to know who the mastermind will be. Whichever character I like, I'll choose, plain and simple. So to me, it doesn't really matter if I know or don't know who the mastermind is going to be. I don't think it really changes my tactics or if it would even change anything at all, seeing as they all have their own strengths and, I want to say weaknesses, but I don't think they have any weaknesses so far, especially with the higher skill cards they get. Another option that could possibly help things up is if we can choose how many survivors enter a game. Of course, this would mean that the game would need further balancing, but you gotta remember that sometimes players leave a match in the middle of a game, and that's when it is required to tone down the difficulty of the mastermind so it's not broken even further. The developers need to see what counts for a balanced game, such as adjusting the speed of adding a higher number to the mastermind's cards, how long a boss can be controlled for depending on how many survivors are in the game, and how many enemies can be spawned as well. I'd like to talk about what other modes the developers should include for Resident Evil Resistance to expand on its replay value aside from fixing all the bugs and glitches. So let me know in the comments what kinds of features or extras you think Resistance needs to make the game an unforgettable experience, and I'll be more than likely to talk about them in another video discussion about the game.
Sufficient for this task, I believe.
I understand. If I were infected with the virus and could kill the world, I would be conflicted about escaping death. But do you have to be so slow about it?
Why won't you die?
It's okay. You can do this.
Why, thank you then. It was most excellently played. Oh, goodness. You are so slow.
Wrong! An angry god!
That's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button to give this video a chance to grow. I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters for their impeccable generosity. Your support means a lot to me, and you are part of the reason why I try to make the best content that I can. And if you like this content, check out the rest of my channel. You'll find more entertainment from separate franchises I like to cover, such as Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z, Celebrity Deathmatch, Men in Black, The Mask, Batman comics, The Terminator, TMNT, Dino Crises, Resident Evil, and more. If you're a Patreon supporter, check out my exclusive videos such as the Gantz content. And if you'd like to show your support, go to my Patreon and support the channel, which is only $1. Sacrifice that McChicken for extra quality content, my friend. But anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.